Hi, I'm Lai Thach, an instructor at AJAC. Today we're going to go over dial calipers. We're going to go over the different components of a dial calipers, how to read dial calipers, and why they're so widely used in advanced manufacturing. We're going to go over the components of dial calipers now. Here are the lower jaws. They measure outside dimensions. Here we have the upper jaws. They measure inside dimensions. Down in the end, we have our depth rod, and it measures depth dimensions. On the other side of the calipers, we have our step gauge. The step gauge measures different step dimensions. It measures from up here down to the step over here. We read dial calipers in two steps. The first step is to read the 6-inch scale. The 6-inch scale is graduated by hundredths of a thou, 100, 200, 300, 400. This measurement here, looking at the reference edge, it's at 1 inch, 600 thou. That's the first step. The second step, we now read the dial. The dial is graduated by 1 thou of an inch. One full revolution of the needle is 100 thou. This measurement here, we're at the 50. So this measurement is 1 inch, 650 thou. Let's look at the different ways you can use a dial calipers to measure. With the lower jaws, we can measure lengths and widths and diameters outside. For example, here, I can measure the width. The upper jaws, we can measure the inside dimensions of things. There's this diameter here, just like so. On the back, we have our depth rod. We can measure the depth of things. Let's say inside over here. Just like so. The last type of measurement is a step dimension. On the part here, the step of this part, just like so. On your dial calipers, you also have what we call a thimble or a thumb wheel back here. The thumb wheel is meant for you to open and close the calipers slowly and with precision. Or you can open it nice and quick by not using it. If for some reason your dial calipers isn't at 0, just like here, you can unlock the bezel nut and move the dial till the needle reaches 0. Up top, we have your lock nut. The lock nut is used to lock your calipers on a specific dimension that you want. And now you can use this as an indirect measurement tool to compare up against different parts. Because of the versatility of dial calipers, they are very popular in advanced manufacturing. They can measure up to 4 different types of dimensions: outside dimensions, inside dimensions, steps, and depths, different from your micrometer. Your dial calipers is only graduated down to 1 thou of an inch. So be wary when you're working with tight tolerances. Use this over this if you have tight tolerances. Calipers comes in all different sizes. The most common one are your 6-inch calipers, but they make them up to 12-inch, 18 inches, even 30 inches. There's also digital calipers out there. Now, digital calipers are awesome. They read just the same way, but they're so much easier because they just spit out the dimensions for you. Problem is, you run out of battery, you're kind of out of luck. So learn this one first. To wrap this up, today we went over the different components of dial calipers. We talked about how to read them and measure with them, and we talked about why they're so versatile and so popular in advanced manufacturing.